and all the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy.
Hello mountain bikers, Vital MTB in the house. Joining us in the studio today is nobody. It's all about me today. Me. Actually, it's not about me today, it's about the all-new Werx Imprint helmet from Fly Racing. The Werx helmet has been out for a couple of years, but the Imprint version is all new for this year, and we thought it'd be a good opportunity to put it to the test and let you know how it works. The Werx shows up in this pretty nice carrying bag. Zip it up and ta-da! That is a pretty good looking helmet. See if I can give you a better look right there. Now let's take you through some of the details. The Werx Imprint weighs in at 950 grams. It's one of the lightest carbon full-face downhill helmets on the market. It is of course fully certified for downhill use to all the relevant standards. And the Imprint version comes with the ever more popular MIPS system, the Multi-Directional Impact Protection System layer, which consists of a yellow slip lane that sits between the soft liner and the helmet shell and allows your helmet to rotate when it takes an off-axis impact, thus avoiding to transmit those rotational forces to your dome. The carbon shell comes in 2 sizes, but the EPS liner is actually made in 4 different sizes to guarantee a better fit. That means Fly doesn't have to play as much with the thickness of the soft liner, but they can rely on a more precise fit of the EPS shell itself. The EPS liner of course works by deforming to absorb heavy impacts. Fly worked hard to make sure the Werx helmet would breathe well. It's got 18 intake vents and 6 exhaust ports, all of which are covered by a metal mesh, which work well to let the air circulate but keep bugs and debris out of your helmet. There are no vents placed directly over the ears, but the helmet is ready to accept a Bluetooth communication system, so there's an area for speakers by the ears and a little cutout for a microphone in the chin bar and space to route cables if you and your buddies want to set up a wireless chat zone while shredding. On the inside we've got a breathable and antimicrobial Coolmax liner. There's a classic D-ring closure with a little snap to take up that extra strap. And the cheek pads have quick release pull tabs to help you remove them after a crash, which makes getting the helmet off the head without disturbing the neck area a little bit easier. They're only quick release to remove. They're not quick install tabs. A final word on some of the finer details. There are a lot of sculpted areas all around the helmet, which gives it a very purposeful and, dare we say it, aggressive look. The visor is adjustable. The range isn't huge, but it's there if you feel like you need to run your visor in a couple of different spots. We think it should be pushed back as far as it will go. Give it that slightly more aggressive look. To make sure you can match the helmet to your outfit, or not, there are 5 different colorways to choose from in the Imprint line. There's also a non-MIPS version of the Werx helmet, which actually knocks 20 grams off the weight, in case you feel like, for example, you have a lot of hair and you don't need MIPS. That's not really true. There's no evidence to suggest that hair works as well as MIPS. There's also very little evidence to suggest that MIPS works as well as hair, so all in all it's a bit confusing. We'd love to see some kind of standard developed to measure the effectiveness of these rotational force protection systems, but in the meantime it's probably worth the investment. It is your head we're talking about after all. On the topic of the investment, the Werx Imprint will set you back $450, which is right up there with competition. Lightweight carbon helmets aren't cheap, but we feel like Fly has done a good job of packing in all the necessary features, and they've also produced a helmet which looks pretty sick. And with that said, we're gonna go for a few laps and let you know how it works on the trail. Time to pop this bad boy on. The fit of the Werx helmet is pretty much perfect when it comes to the sizing. I usually wear a size large, and that's what I'm testing here. And it's really a perfect fit for me. It's quite snug when you pull it on, but it actually sits around your head in a very, very comfortable way. The chin guard is pretty close, and there's a lot of padding in the cheek area, but it's not oppressive. It just gives you that very secure and safe feeling. The classic double D-ring, which some find a bit annoying to work with, but it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. We do have a fair bit of extra strap in case you have a huge Adam's apple. But that little snap tab there will hold it nicely in place to make sure it doesn't dangle around. There are no vents over the ears, so you do get that muffled feeling typical of many full-face helmets. In action, the helmet is super stable. The lightweight helps with that, but the good fit as well. It absolutely won't move around. Doesn't matter what you do to it on the trail. The frontal opening is large. We've tried it with several goggles. In fact, let us show you one right now. Boom! As we previously mentioned, the visor isn't massively adjustable, but it'll do a good job of keeping the sun out of your face while staying out of your line of sight so you can see the trail. When it comes to airflow, all those vents and exhaust ports do a pretty good job of pulling air through the helmet, at least when you're at speed. It doesn't breathe as well as one of those new enduro style helmets, but as far as full-on downhill helmets go, it's one of the more ventilated we've tested. Ooh. Well, there you have it. Fly's latest downhill helmet. Really ticks all the boxes for us. It's fully certified for downhill use. It's got all the comfort and safety features you'd need, and at just 950 grams, it's also one of the lightest full-face downhill helmets out there today. It breathes really well. It's super comfortable and stable out on the trail, and although it'll set you back $450, that's par for the course in premium downhill helmet land, and we think Fly has really done their homework on this one, and it's well worth the investment. And with that said, time for another lap. See you on the trails!